Welcome to new episode of Trading Ideas for the week of February 7th, 2022. Before I start, I think a picture is worth 1,000 words, and the whole subject has been the central bankers and their role, especially this year, the role with the combating inflation and their interest rate decisions. And we have many of those coming up. Of course, the world watches United States. Last week, the world actually watched the Bank of England and also the European Central Bank. And this week, what we have few of those actually coming up with their interest rate decisions. So let me start with Tuesday, as we have a couple of earnings coming up. If you want to play earnings on a Monday, this is just a heads up, and that's Pfizer, which will be important. And again, we live in the world of COVID, so the Pfizer's earning will be before the open. And then Peloton, which has suffered almost 80% correction in its price, which is not a correction, really, it's been a big downfall. They're coming up after the close. Now, Wednesday is a big day, and we have spoken about emerging markets and their role in a global investment. So we have three main ones in Thailand, in India, and Indonesia, and they are going to come up with their interest rates decisions. One thing I have to remind you, it looks like that actually the developing and emerging markets, they've been ahead of the curve, ahead of the developed markets, and such as Europe and United States, in tightening. So they started earlier, and it looks like they have started combating inflation ahead of, again, the developed countries. So let's watch India, Thailand, and Indonesia, and especially if you trade in Forex, in the currencies, as well as, again, some of the emerging equities. As usual, we have the 7:30 a.m. crude oil inventories. That's the Pacific Coast time. One thing I want to be aware of, again, we are very much involved with the inflation numbers and obviously, consequently, the interest rates. We have the WASDE, which is the World Agricultural Supply Demand Estimates. That report is coming at 9 a.m. Pacific Coast time. We also have a couple of big earnings after the close, which is Disney and Uber. Obviously, we are interested in especially hearing Disney's after the Netflix debacle. So that's for Wednesday. Thursday, this is the number everybody has been waiting for. It's the CPI numbers. We had such a strong upbeat since 1980 in January. So let's see what happens on Thursday. It comes out at 5:30 a.m. Pacific time. We also have the Germany's inflation rate numbers. So let's watch for that. And the UK will come up with its GDP. And don't forget the gold trade on Thursday. If you were planning on trading gold on that day. So this is just a reminder. And last but not least is the Friday is the interest rate decision in Russia. And obviously, with what's going on with the geopolitical side, it will be interesting to hear that. Now, before I let you go, I mentioned the WASDE. So even if you don't invest in commodities, I think it's important to be aware of the world of agriculture, especially the food inflation and what's going on. So it will be good to, if at least, even as I mentioned, if you don't trade commodities, just watch, look at the numbers, look at the estimates. And this is something is not only it works with the grains, which I use a lot, specifically in wheat and rice and coarse grains, but also it covers in like the sugar and meat and poultry, eggs and milk. These are the things that you see in your local grocery stores and on everyday life. So watch for that. I've also put their website. A lot of information out there, great information out there are for free. So if you have the time, again, this is the year to do a little extra research, extra work, if you want to have extra return. So with that in mind, I wish you a wonderful, wonderful week ahead, a prosperous one. And I thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.